Now, folks, there's got to be another joke in that, and I kind of knew that was going to happen. I did that on purpose. Uh, why would I do something like that to a pair of ramps? Well, they were bent to begin with, but I wanted to warn people about this Chinese stuff, and when you have these larger, heavier vehicles, what can happen to you suddenly that you're not even expecting. That. And then I always complain about Fords. And I do remember having to take the back seat out of a truck. Now, what truck it was, I don't know. I'm a little afraid to see what's going to happen here. We're getting ready to take this back door off. It's all rotted. And by the way, we're going to have a little more of my political humor, my satire, I should say. Humor and satire. So, Ford decided to put a nut facing this way and a bolt through there. And I'm hoping these backing plates do not drop out of here, because I do remember that happening to a vehicle, and I don't remember which one. What I do like about Ford is it seems like you can remove the back window. Unlike the Silverados, the frickin' things are glued in. Now, and you would ask yourself, why would not just put another bolt there? Why do something as asinine as that? Because it is asinine, it really is. But that's why I don't like Fords, because it increases their flat rate time. To take that back seat out, two guys, I bet you would take them. On a new truck, it would probably take them about 3/4 of an hour, maybe an hour. Now, on these old rusty trucks, you know something? I couldn't tell you how long it'd take me to, get that out of there. Especially when them bolts, sometimes you got to heat them up from underneath, clean them up. Just getting this front seat out. And by the way, I lost the front bolt, which is something I don't normally do. See, I have magnetic trays, but this has been such chaos that I wanted to cover another subject with you guys with these heavy extended cab trucks. And when you take this to those DEI places, those tire places, what do you want to call it? Firestone, Jack Williams, Mavis, all those big names. And I've got a NAICS badge. Yeah, well, I'm an engineer, and you do not pick these trucks up on a regular peg lift, a footed lift. These would go on a drive-up truck lift. Now, why would you say that? Well, take a look at that behemoth of an axle and what these tires weigh. Okay? This is where I get a little serious before my political. And the customer that I'm going to mention bought me this because I just got his money. I got his pickup truck covered by a Mavis. You see, Mavis had one of those special guys. He's got a NAICS badge. Well, who am I? His attorney called me. Kid rolled in. It was on a Sunday. A lot of people watch my YouTube videos, and he says, "Hey, you're local." And I had a car follow my truck the other day. It was a minivan. It turned out to be this kid. He bought a truck like this, a big extended cab Ford, back in, I guess it was June, he said. I forget now. It was the lawyer. It was kind of a really pleasant lawyer to talk to. And the guy is actually from out of state. He represents the kid's insurance company. See, now the kid has insurance, but so does the business. And they put his truck up on a peg lift, and it's now junk. It snapped in half. Now, a lot of it is these engineers that are building these trucks. Why can't they make that center, that part of the frame in the center there takes all that weight? That's kind of why I put those reinforcing plates on both sides. I want to make sure I covered my ass with steel. And that's the way Uncle Dutch does business. I overbuild it, I over-engineer it, especially if it's a truck. If it doesn't have to go in the air. If it has to go in the air, I try to find a lighter way. I use a lot of those epoxies. I use rivets, bolts. I cover my ass because I have a background. Because when I called up the Mavis to try to get the story of who the actual guy was, because they were lying to the kid. First of all, I don't think the guy was a legal citizen that put the truck up on the lift. Because the guy that called me said, "I have a NAICS badge." And I said, "Yeah? Well, I have a United States government airframe and power plant fucking badge, you idiot. It's hanging in my office." Okay, so let's cover that, okay? The lawyer called me up. and he asked me how I was doing on Monday, and this came today. See how UPS treated this box? I mean, for shit's sake. Everything seems to be okay. So anyway, the lawyer called me up. We had talked Monday afternoon for about 3 hours on the phone. Actually, my battery, I had to put my phone in and charge it because we were on that long talking. So the lights are all right. But they sent me those because that came today. Because I was talking about my truck that I restored. I sent him pictures. This guy wanted to know my background before he filed a case. So evidently, once the case was, I guess, like I said, this happened a while ago, but he finally got a guy with an engineering that has an engineering degree, and I have some semblance of being a mechanic, and I have a YouTube channel, so the lawyer gravitated my way. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. You have this idiot in the White House that's claiming that we're some sort of democracy. No, we're a fucking Democratic Republican, you dipshit. YouTube just flagged me again. You know, she's got them baggy cheeks. She looks like a goddamn coonhound or a basset hound. Well, I guess because I said coonhound, they must have thought it was something racist. Well, I grew up with coonhounds and Brittany Spaniels. You see, that's how this fucking Twinkie world works. And that's why I have to curse in my videos. Okay? And that's why I got to have an out-of-state lawyer take the defense of a young guy that just bought a truck that some moron destroyed. Because they're one of those DEI morons like Kamala that doesn't know that we're a fucking democratic republic. Okay? Our youth is being wiped away from us. Okay? That's why I told you when your kid's laying in there in bed till noontime, you go in and grab them by the balls at 6 o'clock and say, hey, it's time, let's get to work. Now, I've been sleeping a little later because of the heat. I have some sort of illness, and Uncle Dutch, I got struck by lightning yesterday. I was passing a construction site, and they had a big track hoe. And there wasn't much thunder at all. It was a lot of like showers, gentle rain. Well, it came with a downpour when I was coming back from the Heights Market. I bought myself some more potato and macaroni salad. Lightning hit the top of a track hoe, went through the window of my truck, and now my wrist is like concave. I got burn marks. Those are burn marks. I don't, like I said, yeah, I have actual burn marks. But that was the only thing it hit, and then the whole truck shut off, and I was still driving, and I'm thinking, I heard there was no exhaust. The whole truck shut off, and then it started back up. And then when I got home, I was listening to a CD in the CD player, and I'm trying to eject the CD and play the CD because the radio came on, the tuner portion came on when I got in the driveway. So, I mean, that happened about a half mile down the road. But I got here, and then it's telling me there's no disc in it, and I'm thinking, don't tell me my radio's blown up. Well, no, it came back, but I mean, perhaps it's damaged. I don't know, but so far it's working. I put the disc in, it's playing. But I mean, I just put that goddamn radio in that truck. But to have something freak, and you know that little voice in the back of your head when you say, hey, I should have rolled up that window, because I was going to roll up the passenger side window. It cooled off like it is now. It's overcast, it cooled off a little bit, and it was a little bit much air for an older guy like me, or at least in my mind. So, take my colorful commentary about camel toes there. I mean, that piece of dirt's got to go. Our country's going to go up in flames again, and I'm hearing they're trucking in loads of plywood and studs so they can build a wall around the White House so they can hold out in there like Joe Bite Me did. Well, I'm president. I got news for camel toes. There ain't a person around here. I did see 2 Harris signs and stuff down the road here, but even the people that had Biden signs up here, they got Trump signs out in front of their house now. I guess they learned their lesson. You know, Joe Bite Me got everybody. So I'm going to work on the Frankenford. I'm getting going on that again. Like I said, I did get some delays. Did I get paid from the lawyer for writing my essay to him and emailing it and stuff? No. And I didn't get paid for my 3 hours, but somebody was nice enough to send me those headlights for my truck. Because he was telling me, oh, it's not, you know, I said, yeah, it needs moldings yet. Last year, it screwed up the side of the bed there to clear coat. I got to redo that. Um, Folks, life is what it is, but this political climate right now, it's a powder keg of violence that's going on in this country. And like Trump said, even me, I could stop Ukraine in its tracks. We have the capabilities. Russia wouldn't be able to move if they launched a nuke. Well, you'd have fried pooter and that fat little toadstool over there in North Korea. I already smell greasy frog legs burning. So anyway, thank you. And sometimes, like I said, I am in a foul mood, and I didn't like, like I said, that kid stopped by, and I told him, I said, you better park this truck. The thing was broken in half. The only thing that was supporting it was the bed was up against the cab, and it didn't completely snap. But all he's got to do is hit one of these speed bumps or something solid, and the thing would have been in. I could not believe that frame broke like that, but it did have enough rust there to warrant that. They shouldn't have sold him that truck for. I think he paid $13,000 for a truck that was basically rusted in half. But that's Pennsylvania. That's living in a Democrat shithole. Somebody illegally. I said to the attorney too. You better have that inspection sticker investigated. Who put that sticker on? Because it had a brand new sticker on the truck. Okay, when he bought it back in June. I mean, the truck. He just bought that. I mean, it's only August. It's not like it's a year older. But I mean, that kind of rust doesn't happen in a year. So I take the position of that. Like I said, remember about an advocate like Summit. That's why I do these videos, because I advocate for people. And if you're going to buy a pickup truck and the dealer, all they have is one of those claw lifts, you don't buy it there, unless he's going to put it up on a ramp style, like an alignment lift. There are actual truck lifts like that they go up. Okay, that axle in there and those tires, probably a better part of 800 freaking pounds with the springs, and then you got the bumper on the back, and then you got the weight of the bed up top. Use your head when you people. But like I said, around here, everybody's going broke. There's only a few shops open, and they insist they must put these trucks up on the lift because of the Pennsylvania state inspection law, which I don't necessarily disagree with the inspection law, except for a guy like me. I don't drive things that are broke. But somebody else, when these businesses, when the bigger places that have truck lifts, the proper equipment are going out of business, you really got your ass out in the breeze. And then you're going to have some retard split your truck in half like that kid did. And I do feel sorry for the kid. I really do. So thanks for watching my videos and my my colorful, unpolitically correct. I am not politically correct, folks. Okay? I'm an old Marine. I'm old school hardcore. Okay? I am hardcore Marine Corps. And I come from back in the days when it was not a babysitting service. Thanks, guys.